Web development is an interesting field with over hundreds of different technologies. No matter what you do in web development, there are certain skills you need to know in order to be a better developer. In this video, I will share with you 7 of those skills every web developer must have. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Stay with me till the end to enjoy more. Number 1. HTML and CSS. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, and it houses website content using tags. CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheet, and is used to style or beautify websites. CSS changes the looks and layout of websites, from text colors to background colors, from positioning of HTML tags to animation and transition of web content, and many more. HTML and CSS are the fundamental technologies every web developer must acquire first because of how important those technologies are. They are very important to the web. Without them, there is no web. The second on my list is JavaScript. JavaScript is another important technology every web developer must know and must learn. JavaScript is a programming language. It enables web developers to perform certain logic on both the client side and the server side. JavaScript makes the communication between the front end and the back end more easier because it enables us to send the data to the back-end server and to the database. It also handles events within the document object model we call the DOM or the browser window. Events such as button clicks, scrolling, loading page, or keyboard events, and many more are done with JavaScript. What happens when those events are called are usually done using JavaScript. Number 3. Webpack and Babel. Webpack and Babel is a technology web developers use to compile front-end JavaScript code to a browser-compatible form. JavaScript has lots of updates coming through, and these updates takes time to be implemented and adopted into modern browsers. When developers implement these updates into their code, it needs to be compiled down to browser-compatible form. Updates such as ES6 imports and classes and ES6 2020 updates such as the optional chain are not compatible by all browsers. So Webpack and Babel makes it easier for us as web developers for our code to be compatible to the modern browsers. Webpack is not only used for this. There are many uses of Webpack and Babel. Webpack is also used to optimize our code, images, and videos for faster loading by browsers. Webpack is a great technology and it has a pretty nice documentation. So it is an important technology to learn. Number 4. HTTP. HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. It is the protocol web browsers use to send and receive data from web servers, or web servers use to send and receive data from each other. Web developers need to know how this protocol works, the request and response cycle, HTTP status codes, and how to make and handle requests to another or to and from another web server using the HTTP protocol. Data sent through the HTTP is less secure unless it is sent through an HTTPS protocol. That is Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure, and HTTPS stands for that. Number 5. Node.Js. Node.js is a JavaScript runtime built with Rust. It operates on the Chrome V8 engine. Node.js enables us to use JavaScript in the backend. Node.js is used to create web servers with ease when implemented with Express. Node enables web developers build RESTful API with lesser time when used with Express. When Node is used with MongoDB as a database, it is a perfect solution for building real-time web applications like charts and voting systems. The reason why Node is important and great to learn is that it makes the shift from the front end to the back end more easier than before. It makes it easier for web developers to install third-party packages into their applications. Technologies such as Webpack and Babel, React, Angular, and Vue, and many more of these frameworks cannot be used without the knowledge of Node, or without Node being installed. They all run on Node. Number 6. Front-end JavaScript frameworks. JavaScript frameworks are invented to make programming of web applications more easier. Despite the criticisms or issues people have with JavaScript frameworks, they are here to stay. Front-end JavaScript frameworks such as React, Angular, or Vue are great technologies to learn as a web developer. JavaScript frameworks have become a lot better over the years. Learning them will make you a great developer and will provide you with much better and easier alternative when handling or building front-end web applications. Number 7. Git and GitHub. Git and GitHub are another interesting technologies to know as a developer.
Git is a distributed version control system or decentralized version control system. And what that means is that many developers can work on a single project without having to be on the same network.
Use Git to make pull or push requests from remote repositories. Git is used to deploy web applications to platforms such as Heroku, Nginx, Google Cloud Platform, Amazon Web Services, and many more. GitHub is a decentralized storage system. Software developers store their source code and collaborate together to build or develop software. Developers can clone a repository or make a pull or push request to a repository. Developers can also make a push request to a master branch or a pull request from a master branch or tree. GitHub is an interesting technology or platform that makes collaboration more easier than you can imagine. Companies and many developers uses such platforms such as GitHub, meaning there are many more of decentralized storage systems that work similar to GitHub. Some of these platforms are GitLab, Bitbox, and many more. Git and GitHub are great and must-learn technologies for every software developers. And there are great tutorials online and on YouTube that explains them much better. My final thoughts. Note, the technologies I have mentioned are all interesting technologies to learn as a developer. And spending some time to learn these technologies will 10x your skill and makes you become the developer you were meant to be. If you like this video and want to see more of this, please subscribe. Hope to see you in the next video.